report studio quickly. We'll go for something. Master detail relationship means what? Drill through reports means what? So this is very, very important in some of the cases. Say from one report to another report I want to go. How to go? And this is very important. Drill through reports. Drill down means you are already aware of that. What do you mean by drill down and drill up? Where you saw that one? Drill down and drill up.
Yeah, it's like leveling of the report. Like we are giving country level in the report studio itself.
Right. So if you are taking the multidimensional modeling, then from country to state, state to district you will go. Or you see already in the Power Play Studio also, right click and drill up or drill down, right? So but drill through is nothing but one report to another report you want to go. Drill down and drill up within the same report if I want to go from one level to second level. But drill through is one report to another report. So let me create a source report and target report, and then I will try to execute. But before to that, a master detail relationship I want to create. Very important. So many times you may use it. So just go ahead and introduction data I'm deleting. Say for example, order method, product order method, and a quantity. So go ahead and select the quantity. Right, but I want to see for the same thing I want to see one chart also. But if you take the chart outside, but whatever the product line here, right, according to that I want to see chart also in one of the column. Say for example, if I'm dragging a chart outside of the chart list, I drag a chart outside of the list. That means normal how you are dragging, right? So I'm taking the chart. So for example, if you go ahead here into the your list body, and if you see the master detail relationship, so no master query is existing, because master detail relationship means if you drag a chart within the data container, that means if you are having a list, you have to drag the chart within the container, then only it will allow you. So just remove this one, cut it, I don't want it. Okay, go for chart in the list itself as a last column, fourth column. That means you dragged a chart in the list. That means you are dragged a data container into the data container. Data container is nothing but list or class tab or chart or map, right? So I am dragging the column. Done. So here I am having the product line and order method and quantity, and I am having a one chart for each order method and quantity. I want to see the data. So here also I am dragging product line into the x-axis, because I want to see the same chart and cross tab in the same row, order method in the series, and quantity in the. So, but when you are dragging this product line to this product line, this order method to this order method, join should be there. Then only it will work out, right? So, go to the list. Now, master detail relationship will be there because you dragged within this. So, it will allow you to go ahead inside. Select here. So, see now. Product line to product line I need to join, and order method to order method. Click OK, because you are joining both things. When you are running, it may take so much time because for each row it need to generate a query. It may take so much time because each row it has to generate one chart. Okay. because I don't need prompt this because it is restricting some data, right? Run the report. So master detail means if you drag one data container in the data container and you need to associate. So obviously you will get the data. You see now the golf equipment email 3330. So see for the camping equipment email 141. You see for camping equipment email. So each one chart is generated. But whatever the matching, personal access with email. This is also, for example, you tell me somebody, anybody here in the master detail relationship, if I'm not using, if I'm joining only on product line, not order method, what will happen? Anybody? I am joining only on product line, not on order method. So here, for example, here camping equipment email. So now what is coming? Both are joining camping equipment email. So you are getting only camping equipment email data only here because you are joining on both columns. But if I join only on one column, how the chart will be? Anybody? Any guess? You are not joining on order method. So what will happen for this product line? That means for this camping equipment or mounting equipment, anything, all the order method values will appear here because you are not joining on order method column. So it will give you all the records. So just check it out. So that is the reason why joining key is important on what columns it is going to be joined. Now if you are putting only on product line, only product line value will come and then all the order method will be populated. But if you take the join on order method also, exact results will come for each row. See now, camping equipment, email, see camping equipment, email, and also all the order methods came because you are not joined. So see, for example, for camping equipment, every time this is repeating. And also you see this one, personal accessories also, all the methods came. Okay. For golf equipment also, even though it is facts, because you are not joining on order method column, all the values came. So this is how you need to understand on what column it is joining. So master detail is nothing but based on one data container. If you want to see the same data in the another data container, You drag another data container in the same data container and try to join the master detail relationship. For example, if you are having country data and you want to take the chart value, so country to country, if you want to match, then obviously we can get it. Okay. Any questions in the master detail? But remember, this master detail will be enabled whenever you drag that data container in another data container. Then only it will enable. Otherwise, this master detail relationship will not be complete. Right? The next one is drill through reports. Okay, let me go for the new report. First, I will create a target report and then source report. So take a blank or list report. So I want to create one target report. So in this target report, I want to see detailed level of information. So for example, product line, order method, and product name, and description, and image. Right? These are the information I want to see at the detail level. And here, you know, right, in query 1, I'm able to see if you want to run the report of this one, this is the target report. This report you want to come from another report. Because I want to see detailed level of information. What is the product line? What is the description of this product line? What is the order method? All those things. So how to pass from one report to another report? You see now, this is the product line, and what is the name of each product line, what is the description of that product line, what is the image of the product line. Okay, these are the information I want to see as a detail level. If I want to see what is camping equipment and what is the email order method, what is the product name. So if you want to see like this, okay, this is saved as target report. Okay, so just put the target report. So you put uncheck target report. Okay, target report. And here it has to come from another report, right? So I want to give product line order method column some parameters. That means prompt parameters. Product line equal to, you don't need to create directly prompt page because you are passing the values from another value. So you just create the parameters. So product line equal to, you put here because the parameter is same, like a parameter on any value you can give it. If you put question mark, that will become parameter. And order method also I want to pass. Order method equal to question mark. You put here in between anywhere, it doesn't matter. Okay? And both are required. I'm saying. So this is the target report. I want to create another report, that is source report. So target report is ready. But you see this one, if you want to run this target report, what will happen? It will ask some parameters because you already created a parameters. You need to give some values here, email and camping equipment, then finish it up, means you will get the output of that one. But it will not come exactly, right? Because you are using just parameters. You need to pass from another report. Let me create that report first of all. So I'm creating another report that is source. From that report, I will give the permission to this report, drill to definition to this report. You see now, I'm taking another report. I'm taking the task because summary report. Check the product line. Sorry. Order method and quantity. This is the summary report, overall report. If I'm running this report, so you are getting the data. But I want to see what is the camping equipment email, what is the product description, what is the product image. So because of camping equipment and email, what is the description, the detailed level of data I want to see in another report, right? I want to give some cursor here. If I click that one, it has to go to that report, and according to the camping equipment email, it has to show me the detailed level of information. The detailed level of information is already in the target report, right? So now from here to how to go to that report, that is what we need to see. So here you put unlock this button and you select 1, 2, 3, 4, that means measure values, and go to the drill through definition and select that report, that means Anchit target report. So add a definition, that means which report you want to go. I want to go for Anchit target report. If you click that Anchit target report, what you need to do, that report automatically run, that is fine. Open in another window, you can see it. But what is the parameter? Anchit report is expecting something from us, right? You need to provide the values. Open it. See, in Anchit report, there are 2 prompts are there that will appear here. Okay, in the order method and product line columns are there in the target report. From source report, you need to send the same value, right? So from source report, I am sending the data item value, and product line value from here, order method value from here. Then you are passing the, say for example, in the source report, if you are selecting camping equipment order method here. So camping equipment email, if you click under this line, if you click this button, so what will pass? Camping equipment and email. So camping equipment will go for product line and order method column will go order. Sorry, because I did it. So this is the order method and this is the product line. So whatever you are selecting in the source report, it will pass. Property to pass, that's fine. Click OK and click OK. So that means in the source report, I have created a drill through definition, and you see below underline here. Now run the report of source report. This is the source report. Okay, your data, see, it is coming in a crosshead. But I want to see mountaineering equipment special, this one, and I want to see the description of this one. If I click it, 93,356. So mountaineering equipment special values has to be open in the target report. So now it is passing mounting equipment and special to the target report. See now Anchit target report is opening. So mountaineering equipment and special related data information only come. Say for example, in the source report, India, Australia, Pakistan data is there. But in the target report, all the India and its state related information also there. So if you are passing country as India to that report, all the India related state information also I can see it. For example, if a particular manager of world level, maybe he is a global manager. So he want to see, he is just checking in one report, a consolidated report, that is the overall country revenues is checking in one report. But for example, if he is checking India, the country revenue is something like that, Australia something like that. But I want to see detailed level of information in another report, it is available. So if you are checking India, if you drill through it, it has to go to another report. In the another report, it is showing the country level, state level, district level, detail level of information. So you need to pass country India from here to here. So that type of situation, drill through reports is very much useful. Clear? Are any questions? But here there are three type of parameter passing from one report to another report. One is a data item we are passing. But next, so the same thing, for example, in the drill through definition, there are three parameters that is important in the interviews also. Here I am passing as a data item because you selected something, it is sending something. But in the source report, if you are having a prompt page, then you have to send as a parameter. Whatever the value you are selecting in the prompt, if you want to send as a parameter. If prompt page contains the prompt, if the source report contains the prompt, you have to send pass data item value, you shouldn't send, pass parameter value you send. Do not pass means, say for example, I will send do not use parameter. Now what will happen? You are not sending any order method value. Okay, let me show you something. If you are running the report, source report is running and giving the data. Not sending order method value from source report to target report, but target report is expecting order method value. Am I right? See, goal pick equipment and facts. So goal pick equipment automatically will send to the target report because you are sending product line. But order method value, facts value, it will not send. So then what will happen? Order method value, it is expecting something from target report. You are not giving. That is the reason why again that prompt box is open. So you need to give some value, then only it will go ahead. Okay. So that is what do not pass parameter. If you are not sending, it will expect something from you. And if you want to make it optional, even though if you are not providing, it has to come for all the values. Then what you need to do in the target report, you select the order method and put optional. Save. So now you try to run the same thing. You are not passing the parameter, even though it will go ahead and run because it is optional. If you are providing something, it will come. If you are not providing, see that if I am taking goal pick equipment and mail, so it will come for goal pick equipment, but all the values will come because order method you are not passing parameter. But even though it will run and then it will send for all the values. See this? Because it is optional. It is not expecting. It is not mandatory for you to send something else. Right? The next one. So this is the optional, but normally it should be required only because then only the proper filtering will happen. Now, please let me know if I'm having any prompt page. Okay, go ahead and create a prompt page in the source report. If you are having any prompt page, then you need to send as a parameter, not data item. So drag it page, and on product line, I want to create a prompt page. So simply, I don't want to write table and all those things. Simply, I'm giving the prompt value from directly, and maybe it is sending the parameter one, and you know right how to do the parameters. Right click and manage queries. You create one query for the prompt, and in that you drag a product line column. You already aware of that how to create the prompts. So product line value, and then you associate that in the prompt page. Right? You select the query to, and you send up value as product line. So this value will go ahead. When you are running the report and then go to the page explorer, then what value you need to set? On product line column, you have a prompt page, right? You don't need to send as a data item. In the definitions, because whatever the value you are selecting, that value only will come, right? So that's the reason why the product line value instead of product line value instead of data item value, you need to send parameter. That means whatever the value you are selecting in the prompt page for product line in the source report, that value will pass. So do not means pass parameter value, and which value you want to pass parameter one, that means product line value. Order method, I don't have any prompt page, so you just send the data item value. Then it will work out on all the areas. Run the report. So when you are asking the prompt page, so I am giving the product line mountaineering equipment and finish. So mountaineering equipment data only. Sorry, 1 second please. In the query you didn't assign the parameter. Because while you are creating the prompt, you need to write product line equal to camping equipment. I'm right clicking and finish hitting off. So in the source report, camping equipment data only will come. But if I'm sending the camping equipment as special, so whatever the value selected in the prompt page, automatically it will send as a parameter. So camping equipment and special value will go as a data item. So see that camping equipment and special data only will come. So this is how drill through reports will be created on 3 ways. Say for example, in the source report, prompt page is there, prompt page is not there. If prompt page is there, that particular data item has to send as a parameter. If there is no prompt on a particular column, then pass as a data item. So in the target report, you need to create first parameter. So from that source report to target report, that value will be passed, pass as a data item, pass as a parameter. If you are not sending as any parameter, then automatically that target report, while it is running, it will show up the prompt page. You need to select some value. So these are the 3 ways. Do not pass parameter, pass data item. So source and target has to be created first and assign a parameter values, and then go to the source report and then give the drill through definitions. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any questions? No questions?
Yeah, no questions.
Okay, okay then some other thing I want to show you quickly. So I'm deleting all those things and drill through definition also. This is the new feature which is available in the 10th version only. Previously it is not available. A very important feature for your interface. Okay, I'm dragging something here on list. And here I'm having the product line, order method. Okay, when I'm running the new, it will run simply product line order method. For example, suddenly I have one report. Sorry, suddenly I have some data in an Excel they send. So in that Excel, I'm having the data like this. Who is the actual responsible person for the camping equipment? You see, golf equipment, Hari is the responsible person, his salary is $4,000 and golf equipment sure. These information also I want to take into the report. Normally, if I want to take any data, what you need to do? Anybody? Just what is the procedure? If I want to get any columns and all those things in the Cognos report, first what you need to do? Yes, please. Normally what you will do? No. how many days we learned everything. First of all, this table is present in the database or not, you need to check, right? And by using the ETL people, you need to change the DB2 database or whatever it may be the database. You need to add maybe product line, responsible person and salary columns also you need to add into the product table. So what you need to do, you need to change the DDL, ask the DBA people to change the DDL, add 2 more columns to the particular table. And by using the ETL people, whatever the data you are getting in Excel, you want to load to the table, right? So in the table now all the data is available. Then go to the framework manager and you have to update the query subject. That means you need to update the table. Then those 2 columns will appear, then you republish the package. Then you come to the Cognos and then you see the report, then which table you have added those extra 2 columns, maybe in the product table you have added. So those 2 columns you drag and drop here, then you will get the output. This is the normal process. Am I right or wrong? I'm sorry, yaar. Is it correct or wrong approach? Hello? Everybody, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Harry.
Okay. Okay, is it correct or wrong? Then tell me.
Yes, it is correct.
Right. So, but I don't have that much time. See, suddenly one day, the framework manager guys and all those things is not present in the office. I want to see that report. Users are asking us to give me the report quickly. That day itself. It is coming, the data is coming in the Excel. So that type of situations is very, very easy one now. That is what a new option is created. That is the manage external data. Click that button. You don't need to go for framework manager and all those things. You see that, go operational. What is the data? Where is the data present? Go and browse it. Book 1, you take that Excel. See that product line, responsible person, salary column is present in the table. So prod line is the column name. So book 1 is fine. Next. See that what is the existing query subject? To which column we need to match? That is the product line table, right? Choose the query subject. Say in the package, already product table is there, right? So just take the product table. All the columns from product table. So you need to join product line to product line. Am I right? So take the join. Because this is the Excel, this is original package. So I'm trying to join both the columns. So because product line is there and in the Excel also product line is there, you are trying to join and click next. And it will show you whether it is a text integer. If you want to change something, yes, I don't need it. Everything is clear for me. And finish. And publish. Yes, you want to publish. So that means now it is coming, go operational external data. A new package will be created. In that book 1, that Excel columns also will be there. Then you can drag the columns easily. So within 2 minutes, you can able to take that entire data. But it is not original approach. It is just for temporary approach. After that, you need to follow as per principles. But yes, you can use any Excel. Take that Excel and you connect with our original package, any of the table, and try to join, because you need to get the join. Because in the Excel, you are having camping equipment and golfing equipment data only there. If you are joining in the report, right? In the report product line column, you are having all the things, product line, camping equipment, all those things. So for those records only, the responsible person and salary will come. You see now, previously only go operational model. This is our package. But now book 1, that is Excel, whatever the columns are there, that also came. And this is overall, it is called Go Operational External Data package. So now, if you want to take the responsible person here and the salary also, now try to run the report. This is our package normally. All those columns, whatever you want, you can take it. But product line and product line is joined. So in the Excel, you are having only camping and golfing, Hari and Kishore. So only those values only will come. Now run the report. For camping and golfing equipment, if you are putting all the columns in the Excel, all the data will come because you are joining, right? Whatever there in the Excel, only those records only will come. You see now, camping and golfing. For camping equipment, order method, email, Hari, and what is the salary and quantity. See, you are able to take Hari's salary is 4,000, and for camping equipment, responsible person is Hari, and golfing equipment Kishore, and his salary is 8,900. And these values are coming from our package. These values are coming from Excel, and you are able to join on product line column. Is it clear or any questions? So that means if you want to take any Excel data directly to the report, you can do this. This is the new feature, please remember. Any question, guys?
Yeah, no questions.
Right. So then we'll go for the next one. Maybe active reports will come under this, but we'll explain in the business insight time. Okay. I'm closing everything. And if I'm opening the business insight, so if you want to create any dashboards, right? That means dashboards creation means already the report studio reports you have created. All the report studios, if you want to put in one place, that is what business insight. You are not going and creating any dashboard. You create a number of reports to the report. You take everything into one layout. So please check this one next option, business insight.
Yeah, Hari, could you please ask the other guys to mute because we are getting resounds?
Okay. Yeah, please mute everybody. Is it fine now? See me?
Yeah, sometimes it is coming because all Aditya, Animesh and somebody's it is not mute, so we are getting resounds, that one. It's not much disturbance, but it is getting resound. So I request them to mute. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Our audio has been disconnected, sir. So we have connected through phone call.
Okay.
You can connect directly. Can you please connect directly to the audio? Just check it out.
We are able to see the video, but no audio. So we have joined through this phone. So it's audible.
Okay.
We are.
You try to join with the computer audio once again. Are you able to get it clear? Just check it out. Okay, fine. I'll just check it out.
No issues, sir. Go ahead.
Now, it's a very important thing actually, this business insight. This is also new feature. Every interview, this question will be fired because this is a new tool for Cognos. In the 8th version, it is not available, only in the 10th version. What you can do in the business insight is you can create the dashboards. Dashboard is nothing but you are not going to create it. If you are having any reports in the report studio or query studio, you can drag and drop, and then you are trying to put into the one layout. Say for example, there are 5 report studio reports. You will drag and drop everything into one layout, and then all the users can see it. right? So create a new. I don't want to open it. I want to create a new. See this one, the right hand side, my folders will be there and public folders will be there. See, these are the my folders and public folders. Public folders, all the packages will be there. See, like this. So now what my target is, say I have created some report studio reports, say some charts and all those things I have created, normal report studio reports. Okay. I have created some 2 or 3 reports. See now, employee training is one report studio report. I'm just dragging and dropping here. So this is one report studio. So it is running now and it is loading the data and you will get the output of that report. This is, remember, it's a simple one report studio. In that report I have created one chart simply. That is the employee training chart. So in that one prompt is there. If you ask me, then I am giving the 2004 data and click OK. So that is prompt page. If you want to see that report how it is created, this is see, I will show you. Very simple report. See this one simple one sample chart. Just I drag one chart in that employee training related information I put. So this is one report studio report, right? Like this I created 3 reports with the same type of charts because I want to show everything into one diagram. You see now one chart, right, in the report studio. That is organization level 1 is the x-axis and the course cost how much. What is the expense type of that particular things, and I created a prompt page. Okay, one parameter. This is normal, yeah, report studio report. So this is the first report. One simple chart, just drag and drop the 3 things and close it. So this is how one report studio created. So like this 4 reports I created. And 50 report I just add 1 year prompt only because all the reports I have used the same parameter name. Because why I am using the same parameter names I will tell you later. See now, that report came, okay? And drag the some other thing, global bonus. How much bonus I want to see? I want to see that report also here. Employee training, how much bonus they have given to all the employees, and what is the salary of each employee. So that is like, it is like a employee dashboard. If the HR want to see how many employees are there, what is the training amount, or how much we paid. See this one. This is one of them. So for example, 2 is enough. You can drag one more also, salary report also. But anyhow, fine. I am dragging year prompt. In the year prompt report, I have only drag one prompt page. That's it. Just drag the year prompt. It is just a prompt page only. I will drag that one into the top. So that means like this, you can drag n number of reports. It's somewhat slow business insight, please remember, but in the real time you will get fast only because it need more RAM. So you drag this one. See, this is one report. Here only it will show you prompt. I will drag here into the top. And you drag below somewhat. Okay, and you drag this also somewhat below. And you minimize this tab. Okay, and you drag below. And you drag. So you can convert anything. And you also drag this below. Right? And you right, and for example, if this 2005, it is why it's not listening from this. Listen for widgets. Maybe if the parameter is changing, see, in one report if I'm changing, it is a 2006. See, this is changing automatically. Why? Because the parameter name is changing, but here I change some other parameter. So, but for example, here equal to question mark here I put, right? In these two things, the same parameter name I used. So if you are changing something, it is automatically changing here. So for this report also, if you are putting the same parameter name, it will also listen. So listen for widget means from where you have to listen. For example, you see 2007 here in the report, say 2004, automatically this report is refreshing, but this is not refreshing because this is not listening because parameter name is different. But I don't want to listen this report also by using this one. If you want that case, what I can do is I don't want to listen from that report. So if you double click here, this widget means each widget, each report property will come here and listen for widget. Listen means I don't want to listen from this year prompt, right? This is. I'm unchecking that. So now if you are changing something here, 2006, see, and if you do the finish, nothing will happen here. That means it is not listening from the year prompt. You can restrict. But when it will listen normally, the parameter name in both the reports should be same. Okay, then automatically it will listen. So, but if you don't want, you cannot. You will make it don't listen from here. And also same thing, I want to listen once again. Listen for widgets. Normally in all the reports I will use the same parameter for prompt. So if I'm changing anything, entire dashboard will change. That is the normal case. Okay. But here I intentionally made in one report I want to listen and one report I don't want to listen with the different parameters. Okay. And if you go to the properties of each widget, double click here, because this is a chart, right? If you want print PDF, this particular, you can do it. You can export to Excel or PDF. Only this widget. Widget means usually only this chart. Excel or CSV, everything. And version size is always live. Okay. And if you want to refresh means it will once again reload the data. And if you want to prompt again the prompt page will come, you can select another value. If you want to reset, for example, you did some modification to this report. If you want to reset how the original data is there, it will run. But I didn't do anything here, so it is nothing. Listen for widget, which report you have to listen. Resize to fit content, because if it is somewhat crash, say for example, I just made it. It is somewhat fresh, and if you go for that into the properties and you listen for widget, sorry, reset to feed content, cancel it. Resize to fit content, so it will try to enlarge. Because it will try to fit everything into selected or not. Yeah, you see this. Resize to fit content, because whatever the amount of data is there up to that one, it will expand. And send it back. For example, on top of this, you take this one here on top of this by mistake. But if you want to send it back to the employee training, see, so it went to back of employee training. It is behind the employee training now. But if you want to see it back, what do you need to do? You just double click it. You send this as a back to that one. So it will come. So normally it will not be the case. You don't put like this. You directly take here to the top, because now you don't need to do send it back, because I want to see always this one, right? Right. Next. Do more is this is nothing but business insight advanced concept. I will explain you later. Properties means nothing. It will be the property of each one. So what is the name of that one and report name, all those things. What is the title name and how many number of rows per page you can select it. And second thing is here, say for example here different in the report studio I have used the column chart or bar chart, right? So you can change the display type also, see. So here automatically, but it is not there in the report studio. I didn't create like this. It will automatically give you an option. You can go for some other charts. See. So in the business insight, you will get a provision to change to any of the chart by default. Because in the report studio, whatever the chart you have created, it will come, right? But here, even though you didn't create in the report studio, it will give you an option of anything. Column chart, line chart, you can go ahead. See this. And you can see this, the next one, what is the colors, dynamic colors. But if you go for if you see this column chart, then you will understand different colors, right? You see now George colors. That is the colors of each one. See this. Any color you can do. The dynamic colors. See like this. So like this. And you can do one more thing here. I can add a comment on this. Say, add a comment. Boss, for compliance, or say compliance, post cost is less. Something I want to write, some comment. Double click here in the comment. First you need to save the dashboard if you want to save the comments. That means any of the users, they are seeing something and they want to comment it. So I'm saving something. Just give the proper name. It is somewhat slow. Yeah, Hanchit, that's okay. Okay. So you write it, okay, for the compliance. Less course cost. Can we increase it? So something like that, one of the users they wrote. Done. So if any of the users seeing next time, then they can see the comment like this here. You see this? If you want to see the comment, so some other user wants they just run this page. See, some comment will be there because now I am the person, so I am able to open it or delete it. But the another person, they cannot delete my comment, but they can see it. Okay, so if they want to see it, they can go ahead and see it. See, the person like this, they can see. Admin person wrote, boss, compliance less course cost, can we increase it? So that means it will be giving the collaboration technique purpose. Collaboration means each user, whenever he's thinking something, he want to share with other users, what he can do is he can write a comment. So whenever the next person is analyzing the data, they can go ahead and see it. But it will be showing that the person who actually wrote all those things, it will be clearly information. So who actually gave this hint, everything, all the users can be able to understand. So it will be useful for the collaboration purpose between the different users. Is it clear? But I will explain you remaining all the things of the Business Insight. So in the Business Insight, what you are doing, you are taking all the reports, studio reports and everything, and then you are trying to create one big dashboard, and you are trying to do some background style, all those things. The next class I will explain you all those things. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Anchit and all the people are going to some place. So I'm cancelling the session day after tomorrow. Please join the session. Is it clear? Any questions? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, Priyanka.
Business Insight.
Come again?
The Business Insight you showed us right now. So I want to just keep the title of, for example, it says training, employee training, and we don't want the logo because it's taking so much space. Is it able? Can we do it from Business Insight, or we have to change it from the Report Studio?
The Report Studio.
Okay.
So, and one more thing, you can add some other things also. Whatever the Report Studio you got it, after that you can modify it. That I will explain. I told you, do more concept is there, right? That is Business Advanced. So it will take you into the next level, and you can add there, and you can come back here. That I will explain anyhow. You can modify yourself also in the Business Insight. That time you can change whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
Without changing the Report Studio report also, you can do something. That will be done by do more concept.
Okay.
Okay. But mostly whatever the things is Report Studio, you take here, everything normally. But if you want to do some other extra column, some extra calculation, you can perform here by using the do more concept. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, then tomorrow will be off. Day after tomorrow you join this.
Okay.
This
See
is
you.
Aditya.
Yes, Aditya.